Hutchison Ports and Maritime unions are battling it out in front of the Fair Work Commission tonight after the company laid off workers overnight. The workers were told by text message not to turn up for their shifts and to check their emails. They've formed a picket line outside the wharf at Port Botany and are still protesting. Our reporter Deborah Rice is there. Deborah, this picket line is likely to continue all night.
That's right. The locked out workers are determined that they're going to stay here overnight and in Brisbane as well. They've brought in the barbecues, the water, the heaters, the portable toilets and say they'll be here for days if they have to be. They're certainly looking for a more reasonable resolution is the way they're putting it. Now they say that the company, Hutchison, is totally unjustifiable in calling for these redundancies, and they say that the way that workers were told about them was incredibly cruel. So the company itself has not responded to the ABC's calls today, even though they said earlier this morning that they would be issuing a statement. These workers are digging in. They're not going without a fight.
Whose port? Our port!
An angry crowd confronted security guards at Hutchison this morning.
You're going to bat for people that are throwing people on the scrap heap. Are you proud of yourself for this?
Police had to move in to keep the two sides apart.
Made reference to fear nothing.
With the gates blocked, container trucks had to turn away. It was a similar picture in Brisbane. The crane drivers and maintenance workers say they'd been told there'd be face-to-face consultation over potential redundancies. No one was expecting a midnight message telling them not to turn up for their shift.
Shattered. I've got my dad works here, my sister works here, we're all gone.
It's a really young workforce with kids, mortgages, and they just treating us like rubbish. It's just horrible.
They weren't even allowed to collect their personal belongings.
I think what's happened today is unethical, it's immoral and it's cowardly.
And if the culture is that employees can text message the boss and they in fact expect the boss to text message them, then that might be an appropriate methodology.
Several of the wharfies survived the Patrick lockout in 1998, but were lured away from secure employment there a couple of years ago to help set up Hutchison's new operation. About half the workforce has been retained for now, but Hutchison is sending vessels to other terminals.
They haven't lost work, they're subcontracting out their work in order to facilitate mass sackings.
This afternoon, Hutchison appeared at the Fair Work Commission asking for an order to stop the picketing. The Maritime Union immediately made a counterclaim trying to prevent the job losses. Deborah Rice, ABC News, Sydney. As far as the afternoon shift went, the workers did go in, though the company says that some of them were late and in fact some of them trespassed past the security cordon. Now, what's been acknowledged by the Fair Work Commission is that there have definitely been difficulties, to put it, I guess, gently, difficulties here today, but it's now adjourning until Thursday. So this matter is still up in the air. As far as the company is concerned, though, it's saying that the federal court has ordered them to reinstate the workers, but it hasn't actually ordered them to roster the workers. So that means that guys like the three who were sent back out today will not be working at least until the Fair Work Commission is back again on Thursday, and possibly, I guess, for the next 2 weeks until the federal court hearing.
And with all this conflicting information in the air on a cold Friday night, Deb, what's the mood like there tonight?
Well, as you say, it's cold, but these people have been camped out here, many of them, for the whole week. Some have come and gone, some of them have been here the whole time. The fires are still burning and the portaloos are still here. Some might need a bit of a clean soon, though. But it is a sense of sort of shock and disbelief, but also solidarity, and I guess there's some sense of there having been a roller coaster today, because people have gone through the whole gamut of emotions, from celebration to despair as well. Now, the workers who did go in have been going ahead with their shift, and the cranes behind us have been working and the containers have been moving. But these guys out here who've been waiting for such a long time to get back on the docks and work themselves recognise that it's going to be some time yet, and they're saying they're here to stay. They'll keep fighting.
Deb Rice at Port Botany.